Good morning and welcome to The Early Bird, the show where we sit down with local entrepreneurs and get to the story behind what they've built, the wins, the losses, and the lessons learned along the way. I'm Jefferson from Two Birds Marketing, and today I'm sitting across from Pedro, the owner of PN Barbershop in downtown Fergus.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you so much for being here. Before we get started, this episode is sponsored by Two Birds Marketing. That's my company. If you are looking for a marketing partner, but you want someone who's local, who lives nearby, who can really take the time to get to know your business, your team, your values, your company culture, all that sort of stuff, we're the right fit for you. Check out our website, learn a little bit more about the services we're doing, and I'd love to book a call and talk to you today. Alrighty, thank you so much for joining me. Alrighty, before we begin, I like to kind of break the ice with a bit of an activity or a game.
Yeah.
All right. So what I thought for today is I looked online and I found the 10 most trendy haircuts for men in 2026. All right.
10.
All right. So
Wow.
I'm gonna name them, and I'd like you to say, is the fashion gonna stay or is it gonna go away?
Or is it gonna go away?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So these are what we found online. These are the top 10, and I'd love to talk through your answer. Give as much insight. You know this world, right?
Yeah.
We're leaning on your expertise to tell us about it. Alrighty. Starting off with the textured crop.
Yeah, I will stay for sure.
That's gonna stay for sure.
Yeah.
Why?
A lot of people like play with their hair. They grow it and they go back to cut it short again in the summer or for any reason. They're not with the long hair for too long. They get annoyed of it. So I think that will stay.
It's gonna stay forever.
Mm-hmm.
Has it been around for a long time?
The crop?
Yeah.
I would say probably more than 10 years. Yeah.
Real? Okay. Crew cut with skin fade.
Wow, skin fades are always like. No, how you get a common cut.
It's always common.
Yeah, I feel like these days the trends are more leaning to like medium length, long hair.
Really?
But I still get my probably like 40-50% people that come for a skin fade. So.
For a skin fade?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What happens if they don't have anything on the top and they fade to nothing?
Upside down skin fade.
Upside down to the beard. I guess you're right. Is that like a thing? Like I guess it is, right? A fade into your
the beard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. The French crop.
French crop, yeah. I don't know for how long we'll stay, but
really,
yeah, it's very popular.
What's the difference between the French crop and a textured crop?
Well, the texture crop is like it's more volume in the hair, so not as short.
Okay.
So the other one is more like short length, texturized or whatever.
Okay. The overgrown buzz cut.
Overgrown buzz cut. Buzz cuts are pretty. I've been getting some buzz cuts for sure now, but it's like I said, it's always the time where everybody wants to grow their hair. The trends are neat, I like that, and then comes the summer and everybody is already. What you want? The usual? No, I actually wanna buzz it up.
Really? I guess it's hot, right? You don't want the hair.
It's like
my wife always says she's jealous of my hair in the summertime because she's like, I got all this hair. It's hot. It's sweaty. You got nothing.
You just walk.
Sorry, babe. At least you don't gotta sunscreen your head when you go outside, So, the Caesar cut.
Caesar cut. Well, Caesar cut has been for a long time. So
really?
So I don't think that will go anywhere.
It's here for a long time.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, that's.
The modern mullet.
Modern mullet. That's probably my number one at the shop.
That's your number one.
Yeah.
Really, eh?
It varies, right? Some people get the modern mullet with the mid part. Some people get the modern mullet with just short on the top, longer in the back. It's changed, but
that's the number one
in
haircut?
my place, I would say
in Fergus. That's what people in Fergus want to look like is the modern mullet.
A lot of people like the modern mullet.
That's crazy.
It's a lot cleaner than when we hear mullet, we all think about the Gretzky era, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's not like that.
It doesn't look nice.
All the pictures online I found looked really good. So I'm like, it does look good, but I'm like, wow, I didn't know that was making a comeback. Side part with low tapper.
sidebar. I would think they're meaning about the comb over or whatever. Like, that's almost gone.
Yeah.
Thank God. It was for too long. I think it was one of the trendiest haircuts.
It was just trendy.
They stayed for so long.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's finally making its way out the door?
I still probably get 1 or 2 a month.
Okay.
But yeah, it's disappearing.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Skin fade with textured top.
Yeah, that's popular.
That's very popular. Mm-hmm. And that sounds similar to some of the other ones I mentioned.
Yeah, right? it just changed how short you want the size, how short, and the texture is just the volume or the way you cut the hair on the top.
Alrighty. That's it. Thank you for giving us your insight about projecting the future of hair. Yeah. I love that. Okay. So thank you for humoring me. I appreciate that. But podcast is mainly about storytelling, experiencing, and journeying with you from how you turned, what was an empty unit or a non-barbershop in your dream into a reality. And so I'd love to hear from you. Maybe why don't we go back in time to back before your barbershop was up, before any of this happened, and you walk me through how did we get here?
Well, I used to work in Guelph before I moved to Fergus. That's where I met my wife. She's born and raised in Fergus, so she knows all this area very well. And that was probably 2018, 2017. And we were working together for 2 years. And she started working here at the Elora Mill. Then I decided to move from the barbershop that I was, and COVID hit and changed the whole
So you left
game.
And then immediately after leaving COVID?
So, no, probably a year before COVID, I left and I started working in another shop.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit, and
That must have ruined like the hair industry, eh? Because
it did. All those lockdowns were like pretty tough. Pretty tough.
Because you couldn't do hair, right? Wow.
Even when I opened the shop in 2020, so I opened through lockdowns. And yeah, it was tough.
Were you afraid that because I feel like even in 2020 there was no end in sight. It didn't feel like we were around the corner, but you just kind of took the risk and said, hey, we're gonna open this up.
Yeah, I took the biggest risk. I always, when I go talk about business and stuff like that, I always say I made everything you should not do to open a business.
Everything that you don't do, that's what I did.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I got the worst time, a pandemic, right?
Yeah. It is. I can't imagine a worse time to start a business than
exactly. Everything is closed, but you're gonna open a business.
But you did it. Why were you so confident that it was gonna work out? Like obviously,
I don't know. I think I like what I do, so I got a lot of clientele, and I got a good reputation as a barber from Guelph.
Yeah.
So most of my clients
where's it gonna
just follow. Yeah, say, well, I guess I gotta drive to Fergus.
I guess I gotta go to Fergus now. But the pandemic, you weren't able to do cuts. Like why? What was there sort of like? Because there had been times where there was like lockdown. Then
it was opening and
closing.
So there was times that me and my wife were like literally working like outside the shop, getting some money to be able to pay the bills for the shop, right? So
well, you know what?
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I know, but you know what? That's not uncommon. Like I think that almost every entrepreneur I've sat down with at this table has either currently another side job, or that was a big part of their journey, like getting up and started, right? Like you have to, right? Like
and for me it was like let's put these 2 options here, and okay, I'm taking this one. Like I cut hair for 28 years. I've been cutting hair since I was 14.
Wow.
And I always used to tell people like I never have in my head owning a barbershop, because I know how hectic it is to keep employees, deal with employees.
Yeah.
I love, you love them, but everybody has their own life, and some type of way it can affect the business, right?
Well, that's the thing, right? Because it's like you go from loving the craft, right, but now you're not just doing the craft of the haircut, because now you're managing, right? You're managing other staff.
Yeah.
You're watching inventory. You know,
Exactly.
like you're dealing with rent, utilities. Like there's things going on with the building. You got to figure that out, right? Like that's not.
It's like having 3-4 jobs in one.
It is, and then you don't feel like that you're even doing it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes not even feeling like you're doing any of them amazingly, right? And just like trying to balance them all at the same time. Mm-hmm. How have you managed that?
It's been a learning process.
Yeah.
Like I did have some knowledge about barbering.
Yeah.
But I didn't have any knowledge of all those things that you were saying, right? Like how bookings, like getting books, all that stuff, like how to, accounting, how you like taxes and all that stuff. It's a whole different ball game.
I feel like you learn just because you do it, but it's true. It's like, and then maybe you do it wrong, but
that's how you learn.
That's how you learn, right?
You don't do it.
You get whacked again for doing it wrong.
Exactly.
So you opened the shop in 2020. Immediately out of the gate, were there any like hurdles that you weren't expecting that kind of came your way?
Besides the lockdowns, I think we were doing great. Like I was
started lockdown. We're killing it.
I found it surprising, but I even through the lockdown got CTV News to go to my shop because some reporter like Jessica Smith, I think is her name, she find out my art that I do with the clippers and stuff like that, and she show up to the shop, and that brought more people to the shop.
Really?
And then the close would come, like the shutdown would come. I was like, oh my God, you just ruined the momentum.
I was killing it.
Yeah, exactly.
How'd you get this person to come in? Like, so they just came one time, or they saw you online, and then they just.
She found me on Instagram.
Really? Yeah. And then she
reached
out to you?
Amazing, yeah.
Did you think it was real, or do you think it was a scam when she first messaged
you?
Well,
she presented herself on the message like very professional, so like I was like, nah, that's no way this is fake.
It has to be real.
Yeah, it has to be real.
And then she came by herself first, or did
she came with her whole everything, like
with the crew and everything?
It was by herself. Yeah, she set up everything, and it was kind of crazy because she asked me like, okay, I'm gonna post this. She was at that moment a CTV News Kitchener.
Wow.
And then the same night, it's like on the TV, and she messaged me and said, it's okay, the people from Toronto play the same thing. I was like, okay,
really?
Go for it.
So they ran the news in Kitchener, and then they asked if they can run the same story in Toronto.
So they run it, but this time they wanted an live interview. So I was on the camera like having an interview on the news, and then the next day was on CTV Canada or something like that. I was like, wow, that helps the business. Like,
of course.
My phone didn't stop getting notifications of people looking at the website, right? So It was pretty good.
Oh my gosh. So that one, do you think if that hadn't happened, like, did that propel your business into more, like, I guess, legitimacy? Or, like, did you feel like it was just...
It probably in Fergus, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I in Guelph, already people
you already
knew
had
me for all my competitions and all that stuff. But like in Fergus, I was pretty fresh. Like nobody knew they all knew my wife, but nobody knew who I was. Right?
They all knew your wife, but they didn't know you.
Yeah.
Wow. So, but then the lockdown happened afterwards, you said, and that just killed the momentum, or?
And killed the momentum and well, no. Basically, when I always tell people, like when we were in shutdown, but there was no money coming because we're not cutting hair. But as soon as we open, I will be fully booked. Like I'm being blessed to say that I'm being fully booked almost every day since I opened.
Wow.
Which is a blessing.
That is a blessing.
Yeah.
That is a blessing. Because it's like a lot of people, it's like, what is the right way? You were saying before, like, everything I did is actually the wrong way. But like, what is the right way? Like, that's the thing I think that most people don't, like, I think the best advice I've heard someone say is, if you want to start something, just start. You know what I mean? Like, you might, because you're probably going to mess up half the things you're going to try. You know what I mean? But it's better to get started and just learn from those mistakes and keep moving forward. And yeah, like, it's easy to say just get started when there's finances on the line, when, your mortgage is on the line. Like, I get it.
It is harder, but I would think that it takes less time. So if you think about trying to get all this knowledge before you open your business, like how long it's gonna take you?
Exactly. And then your competitors have already started, and then they've been in the game for 5 years, and you've just been sitting there thinking about it.
The idea is already
exactly
gone,
right. And they've capitalized on it, and then you're sitting here being like, oh shoot, like what I should have done. So yeah, like But you guys sound like so you're fully booked right from the get-go, right from the beginning. Are you getting people like that would come from Toronto or come from Kitchener and be like, hey, I saw you on CTV?
So, I got one of the crazy stories. It was probably 2020, I think. So this guy lost a bet. He's from Ottawa.
Okay.
And it was a basketball bet. And whoever loses the bet, he needed to get the opposite team's logo on the back of his head. So he lost the bet. So he goes to his phone and starts checking on the website. And apparently I was the only one that showed up in there. So he flew from Ottawa all the way to Toronto.
Really?
Took an Uber to the shop.
All the way.
Got his logo, got on the plane again, and back to Ottawa.
And that's all he did. He just came here and got the haircut.
Just to get the cut. So yeah, like the media, like it helps a lot. That little boost that the news gave us.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you've been running the shop now, I guess 6 years.
6
years now.
In July 7, yeah.
Wow, we're getting close to the anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do anything special for your 5-year anniversary?
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, not this time.
No.
Like it's a lot like running a business. Like I'm not trying to like say everything is like. Some people think you open a business and everything is like wow, awesome. But
it's not like that.
when you have a whole business on your shoulder, it can be overwhelming sometimes, right? So I literally judge myself. I was like, you should not do that. Like you do your anniversary, you know. But I was with too much. I just have kids too, right? So
I know. But I think when you can, it is important. I think to celebrate yourself.
It is.
Like, shut yourself
I did
up.
make my posts and stuff like that.
Okay.
And appreciation like videos, I do that, but I didn't do anything like normally I liked,
Wow. So you've been doing this for 6 years now. Is your own business, but you've been cutting hair since you were
14.
A kid.
Yeah.
A kid. How did you said you're the only one in your family that's moved from Puerto Rico to Canada.
Yeah.
Why? I'd love to know why.
So I moved from Puerto Rico to United States looking for a better world because I don't know, you have changed it right now, but when I used to cut in Puerto Rico, haircuts were like $12, $15, right?
Really?
So it's like, it would take me a long time to try to build what I want to, right? So I decided to go to the States with one of my friends.
Where did you go?
And I was living in Delaware, but working on Pennsylvania.
Oh.
And I worked in there for 8 years, and I was with an old relationship over there.
Okay.
And I moved with her to Ohio, and then she got accepted for a PhD in Canada. That's the reason I came to Canada. So I came to Canada at the beginning with a work permit.
Really?
Yeah.
Because she got into school.
Because she was with her
so you came
study
in with her.
permit.
Of course, yeah. But you were not planning on coming to Canada.
It was funny because everybody that would meet me would be like, man, you should open your own shop. Like, you're so good. I was like, I have to go back. I'm just here for a little bit. Like, there was no plan for me to stay in Canada.
In Canada, people were saying
even though I love it here, but that was not the plan, right?
Wow. So you're in the States for how long? 8, you said?
6, 7 years.
6, 7 years.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Obviously now you're here.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. So you were just in Puerto Rico cutting hair, saying, hey, this is what I'm going to do for a living, but I don't make enough money here, so I'm just going to go do this in the States?
Exactly, yeah.
And you never miss obviously you miss your family.
I'm missing every second, yeah.
Oh my gosh. But you got to follow your dream, right? You got to find what you want to do.
I have somebody in the chair the other day is telling me, like, I've been thinking about moving to Calgary, but it's hard, like leaving everything behind. I was like, you're telling the
You're telling me? Of course, man.
I love everything.
Have you ever tried to convince your family to come move with you? Not in with you.
They're pretty happy in Puerto Rico. I get it. Sometimes people always tell me like, what you doing here? You live in an island. I was like, yeah, it's gorgeous in there, but there was no money. There was no money for me.
Wow, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I guess here, what is a average haircut?
I don't know. Back in the days were like $12, $15, and then you will have literally one barbershop beside the other one. There was so much competition.
Oh, yeah. Whereas here, how many barbershops are in Fergus?
I would say they got to be probably around 9 or 10. Even
That's
though,
still a fair amount. Yeah, that's still fair. You got some competition.
Yeah, so we have a decent population, right?
Yeah,
it's for everybody.
I know it's not huge, but like, what is it? Like 40,000 all Center Wellington?
Probably,
Something
close
around
there.
maybe a little bit less. So you've been, So you went with your then partner into Canada, who was doing her studies.
She was doing a PhD. Then like we ended up like breaking up.
Yeah.
And I met my wife, and that kind of gave me to like, okay, so I love my wife. I love this place.
Yeah.
Like, what's the next move? What I had to do, right?
I was gonna say, when did you decide I'm gonna stay?
Well, my wife was the one that helped me with that decision, right? Because
you didn't want to try and bring her back home.
No, like I love it here. I really love it here. Like honestly, like I'm pretty good at what I do, and I always get good compliments when I'm doing my cuts. But when I came here, people would see, and it would happen consistently. Like, it's like, this is probably the best haircut I ever had.
Wow.
It's like, it's a good feeling. So you're like, I think I'm in the right place. Why I'm living right now?
Yeah. Maybe this is no good barbers in Canada. You were like,
no, they're great. They're great barbers. But at the moment, there was not the barbershop that I was working with. It opened because there was no urban or modern barbershop in Guelph at that time. So it was only a old school classic barbershop. There is nothing wrong with them. Great barbers, and I love going to those places, but they didn't have knowledge about some new trends and stuff like that. So the guy opened it to keep the people from Guelph in Guelph, so they don't have to go to Kitchener, they don't have to go to Toronto, because that's what was happening, right? Yeah. So when we did that, like we took over, like we probably opened 2 shops in less than 3 years.
Oh my God!
Like that. Yeah,
wow.
it was pretty good.
I guess it really shows you that there's a need, right? Like a desire for this sort of thing. Yeah.
Now you go to Guelph, it's like I can't even count how many barbershops in there. Too many.
Speaking of Canada, you said, so you are an award-winning barber. You've been part of many competitions. Yeah. When did that start? I didn't even know there were barber competitions. Like what? I guess
not many people know. Yeah. Everybody always asks me about my trophies when they see it. It's like trophies. Like, what is that?
Was this like old like sports when you were a kid, like soccer? Yeah. But no, they're so when did you start doing barber competitions?
So I started when in Puerto Rico. This is funny. So I cut hair since I was 14.
Yeah.
And I never went to school. I kind of like self-learned myself, right? And when I decided to actually go get my license, I was already probably like 15, 16 years.
You have to get a license to be a barber?
Not in Canada.
Not in Canada?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like in the States and Puerto Rico, you have to. Yeah.
I had no idea. Okay.
Yeah. In Canada, stylists, the hairdressers, they need like their license, but no.
I had no idea. That's okay. All right. It's funny the things that you learn you need like licenses for. Like I just recently learned that to be a framer in like a home, you don't need a license, but to be like a plumber, you do. So it's like some trade. Anyway, sorry, totally unrelated.
No, don't worry.
Yeah. So you were pursuing this, and
I lost the talk.
Oh, sorry. You were sharing about how you started getting into competitions.
Okay. And that's where I met my friend Alexis Padilla. Is a professor at the institution that I was going for my license, to try to get my studies to get my license. And this guy loved to do like designs, competing, all that stuff. And as soon as he saw that I have skills, he said like, yeah, you're gonna compete. I was like, I never had done that. Wow. And from them, I haven't stopped. Like I had competed in Puerto Rico many times, United States many times.
Really?
In Canada, yeah.
So what was your first competition?
First competition was San Juan Beauty Show. That's in the capital. It's one of the biggest.
Capital here in Canada? Like
capital of Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's one of the biggest place. The first one here in Canada was Canada's Barber Battle, something like that, I think was the name.
Okay.
I think that was the first one. And I actually didn't end up winning nothing that competition.
Oh, no? Yeah. I was going to say, I wanted to ask, Is it like a pretty small, like, how big is the group of like competitive, like elite barbers? Like, do you see the same group of guys every competition here? Or
It's getting bigger every time.
Every time.
Because as soon as I put a foot in, like it's something that I like to do since I started competing. Every time I go somewhere, I go to competitions, and it helps to kind of like put your name in the industry, and it helps to give you more popularity and stuff like that, right? When people know who you are. But most of the guys that have started competing right now, we all like educators right now, and we're working for companies now.
The barber battles, you said that was the first one in Canada that you did?
In Canada, yeah, I was in Toronto. I think it's called like that, Canada's Barber Battle, something like that. I can't remember the name that one. Yeah. I've been going to a lot to like heavy hitters. Like I have won many of heavy hitters barber battle. My first one was Groomology.
Yeah.
That's the first time I got my first place in Canada.
Do these awards help you get like, so you're saying they help get your name kind of in the industry, get you well known, but do people ever come to your shop and they say, hey, I saw you won Barber Battles 2019?
Not that way, but like as soon as they see the trophies, they know they're in good hands, right? Yeah. It can help the confidence of the client, because I always say that gotta be one of the most stressful things to do is trying a new barber for the first time.
Yeah, you think so?
I would think so. It's a lot of people that care about, their image.
Do you get more people who come from a previous barber to you or from no barber to you?
Previous barber, probably.
Yeah? Why do people leave a barber? Mess up their hair? Like what?
You know what, like when I came here, like there was a lot of people not trying to stereotype, but they didn't care much about their hair, right? Yeah. So, but once you actually get a good haircut, then and then people start getting a little picky because they know what they want, right? It's like I always said, you always have the best until you get the best. So you don't know better, right? So once you get certain level of haircut, when you try somebody else, you want the same.
Yeah.
It has happened to me. Like I get to a point sometimes, like I say, I'm blessed to sometimes get 2, 3, 4 weeks in advance book, right? And my clients cannot even come to get a haircut, so they have to try somebody else. And they always come.
They'll come back afterwards.
It's like, it was not. It was good. It was.
But really, eh? Are you not worried that, like, I guess you're that confident in your skill set that you're
28 years.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like I try to educate myself all the time, and I'm not trying to put in my head that I know everything. So I still do like 1 or 2 like classes yearly to keep learning new trends and stuff like that.
But you're not afraid if you book out like 3 weeks in advance, and then you have someone who's like always gone to you, you're their guy, and they can't book with you, so they got to go somewhere. You're not worried that they're gonna fall in love with some other barber, cheat on you, leave you, or
I don't know. It can happen. It can happen. Like I said, like there's a lot of good barbers. Back in the days was not like that.
There was not so many.
Yeah, but like right now, there's a lot of great barbers.
I was gonna say, like, so how's the industry changed since you started your own shop here? When you started, how many barbershops were here? Do you know?
Probably Fergus was probably like 3 or 4.
3 or 4, and now already.
Including Moretti, who was probably the oldest barber in Fergus.
Wow.
Yeah, he retires the year that I opened my shop.
He knew you were coming. He just like, he goes, oh, shut up, I'm cooked. No. Did you inherit a lot of his clients?
I did, and I think that's why I still have my senior cuts. Like I charge them 25 plus tax, like because I want to honor, I don't want to charge them too much. Yeah.
Wow. How have so I know that you were sharing with me some of the big challenges have been actually not related to haircuts. Like it's been like obviously becoming a business owner.
Yep.
Right now, what's the biggest challenge for someone who's running a barbershop at this time?
Employees. Yeah. I feel like in my I don't know, for myself, I think has been employees, and I don't know if it's because Fergus still a town that is growing. Yeah. But it's just slowly getting there, right? So it's a lot harder for me to find barbers in here than what we used to have when I was working in barbershops in Guelph.
And I got to imagine that people who work with you and start with you probably want to one day maybe start their own barbershop, right?
Exactly.
So how long is someone with you before? Like how long is a staff with you typically?
Well, I always tell everybody like I need at least like 5 or 6 more gyms. That's the barber.
5 or 6, yeah?
Yeah, because that kid started with me when he was 19,
Wow. Like, who's currently with you now?
he's currently with me, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he learned and he went through the whole process. He was there as having his part-time in
Wow.
in another job,
Yeah.
coming, working, build his clientele, learn his skills, educate himself. Now he's paying chair rental and making his money. He's been with me, yeah, probably for 3 years, yeah.
3 years now? And then one day you think you're going to get the letter, hey man, I'm starting my own
It can happen. It can happen, right? Like, I cannot cut people's wings, right?
Yeah,
If you,
I know. If
everybody has their own dreams.
I know. So what's the sweet spot? Like if you're looking to have more, like you want to fill out your store, like do you want to have like 10 staff? I imagine that's too much, but 0 would be bad. So what's the right number?
Depending the location and.
But for you, like with your shop, what would be the
I would say, yep, I would be happy with 10 chairs.
With 10 chairs? No, I mean, how many barbers do you want in your shop? Like
In my shop? Oh, and the one that I have now, I cannot fit that many.
Yeah.
But I'll be fine with 5, 6
5.
barbers, yeah.
That's funny. I'll take 10 chairs.
Yeah.
Do you think one day you're gonna move to like increase the size of your?
That's the dream, yeah.
Yeah?
I would like to have a franchise for sure.
Oh, really? Eh? So you'd rather have a second location instead of just moving to a bigger storefront?
Depending, I do like the place where I am. I don't know, it's a great spot. There's a lot of flow of cars passing all the time, right?
Plus, it's like it feels like it's something nice about like because it was probably a home when it was first built. I imagine.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So it feels like homey, you know.
It's I think has been a lot of different business in there.
Yeah.
But I always had this, like that's why I said 10 chairs will be perfect because I always had this idea of having like a normal, like a old school barbershop, completely in aerial, you know, like 5 chairs here, 5 chairs here, waiting room, and that would be awesome. But my place doesn't offer that flexibility to put chairs like that.
Yeah.
So we have different rooms, and I find that my clients, even myself, sometimes I do like the privacy, right?
Yeah.
Like they can just sit down, talk to you. If there's no other people hearing the conversation, right?
Yeah.
So
especially, I remember. So I had a shaved head since I was 19 years old, right? I never really had, I could tell I was thinning out from like early on. My dad was bald. Everyone in my family, like I knew I had no chance, you know what I mean? But, so my only like relationship with my haircut, like my mom just took me to like first choice, like as a kid, you go here, take my son, cut his hair, and that'd be it. But it's like I couldn't imagine because I've never had my hair. But I'm like I could imagine if I was an adult and I had the same barber, I would feel like I would over time feel like I could talk to them about things, especially if I'm seeing them like every month or so, right?
They're not,
and I would appreciate the privacy.
Yeah, I always say the clients are clients just for a little bit. You have I had clients and I've been cutting their hair for 7, 8 years. Like kids, they were 3 years old the first time I cut, and now they're 12. Like,
and you're a big part of their lives now.
100%. And I feel like I was telling somebody the other day, it's like, this is getting cool because I was cutting the dad, now I'm cutting their kid. Probably I will be cutting the kids' kids
soon,
right?
One day, yeah.
So I always wanted that. I always see that, and I always wanted it.
Have you had someone ever, because you've been part of their lives, like invited you to something that you didn't want to go to?
Like what type of way?
Like, oh, we want you to come to our bar mitzvah, or we want you to come to our like celebration, like just because you've been part of their lives.
Oh, I do have, and I try to assist, but yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They'll be like,
I always say, I've been carrying my clients for so long. They're not clients, they're friends of mine. So if I get an invite, I will go for sure. Yeah.
That's nice of you. That's nice. I saw at the beginning I mentioned about how some people have their side gigs. Well, they get their other business up and started. I've been a wedding officiant for 4 years now. That's sort of been my thing. But my clientele, I don't want to have repeat clientele, right? Because that means that they'll need to get married more than one time. So I don't really deal with that too much. But I can imagine the joy of working with like these same people over time, right? And being able to see them and work with them and see their business grow see them as humans grow and they see your business, right? They see you take on more people and take on more stuff. So
you know, and it's good. Like they always like, I'm pretty open with my clients. Not don't tell everything, but I'm pretty open with them. And clients are amazing. They always have, you know, that advice that's what I love cutting seniors. Like seniors has so much knowledge, right? And that conversation, that chat for me is like, oh wow. I don't know if they know, but I learned so much from them.
So what would you say, or do you remember like any piece of wisdom or anything that a client has said that's just stuck with you for years?
Well, I do get a lot I have clients that were in finance and like all this stuff, and they always give me advice of like how to like take care of the expenses and taxes and stuff like that. Really? And yeah, I don't know, like pretty nice.
That is nice. I guess you get like a good array of people who.
Yeah, business guys. I got real estate, realtor, right? I got people that have been in finance. I have, you know, like people that have been dealing with business for so long, right? So they always give you that little tips, and I appreciate it because sometimes you have to pay for those.
Yeah, no, of course. Excuse me. Sorry, you know what it's like to have a kid, always bringing home bugs, and you're like, oh shit. I feel like I've had a sore throat for 2.5 weeks. So, what time is it?
It is 7:05.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So, as you look towards the future, where do you want to see you and your business in 5 years, in 10 years? Like, where are you going?
Well, like I said, I would like to fill that job that I have in Fergus and probably keep expanding, yeah.
But if you were you're saying franchise, like would you want to move back into Guelph? Could you imagine having a location of yours back where you started?
Well, I would not say no to Guelph for sure, but I think like I would be looking not too close to where I am, right? To keep those like a specific spot busy.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you so much for sitting here. So I have an activity that we usually end our show with.
Okay.
So I call it the wheel of big questions. So I'm gonna bring up this big wheel here. And you're gonna give this guy a big spin. Best spin you can give. Give it another good spin. Red. Oh, that's a new one. I've not seen red yet. All right, that's perfect. So I got this sheet with me, and it's got all these colors. Each one has a big question underneath, right? So this is like big questions about your business, your vision, what's important to you, your values, and so you get to peel back and reveal the question, and then give me your answer. It's some guests have had a hard time with the peeling, so. And then this one up here too.
Oh, the top is complete.
Alrighty.
You want me to answer right now?
Yeah, man, give me your answer. What did you believe early on that turned out to be completely wrong?
Well, we're talking about the business.
Sure.
Yeah, I thought I would not have a single problem finding people to work with me, 100%.
Really?
Yeah, I thought that was not gonna be the issue. That was the last thing I thought. Yeah.
Are you hard to work with?
No. I literally give my employees a lot of freedom, and I'm very likely they want to take days. I just make sure nobody's booked, take a due day. Like I'm pretty easygoing. I don't blame it on myself or the shop. I would think it's more like probably like the place is not that the town is not too big. For people to come in.
Yeah?
Exactly. So yeah, that's what I've been thinking now. I probably should have to go the way of I did with James, keep training people until I keep finding the right one to stay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, man, thank you so much for being on The Early Bird. It was a pleasure having you here. Thank you so much for joining us today on The Early Bird. And until next time, have a great week.